this video, I'll show you how I made step-by-step this AI competitor analyst that will look for the Trustpilot review, analyze the LinkedIn profile, and generate a report. All this in under 30 seconds. We're gonna actually use NA8, Firecrawler, and Apify for this whole automation. Bonus tip, at the end of the video, I'll show you a version using Call4AI, a self-hosted version of Firecrawler that will allow you to scrape almost anything. I'm gonna put some link somewhere on the screen where I'm actually covering the Call4AI in another video, so please check this out at the end of this video, obviously. This blueprint will be available as always in the Skool Community. This workflow relies heavily on the code node in NA8 with some pretty heavy regex expression, which I go deeper inside the Skool, and I've actually made an attempt trying to explain all this within actually the blueprint page. All right, we are now actually inside the NA8 workflow. I'm gonna quickly show you the demo. So I'm gonna actually test the workflow as we speak. As you see, and I'm gonna show you obviously the link to the Google Sheet. But as you see here, I have actually a competitor data that's going in through the Firecrawler over there. That's actually the Firecrawler API over there that I'm calling. As you see, I'm returning the markdown over there. As I said, I'm extracting the information from the OG titles, then actually going through and extract the node. I'm gonna show you this. This is actually heavy, pretty heavy in terms of regex. But so basically what I'm showing here is I'm actually returning the company name, the total review, the trust score, and then the review over there. And then I'm actually passing this into a prompt where I'm asking to actually analyze basically the review, the Trustpilot review of this company. I have no affiliation with this company. I just actually find it online. And it was actually pretty interesting because I wanted to have a negative review of a company. I'm not actually saying that this is a bad company. I'm just saying that it's basically a company I found, and unfortunately they don't have such an amazing Trustpilot score. I'm then going through Apify over there. I'm returning actually LinkedIn information from the company itself. I'm then actually splitting this into, I'm returning only the important information from the company using the field to include filter, which is actually pretty powerful in NA8. And then I'm extracting this information to the Google Sheet. And if I'm looking into the Google Sheet, so I have the competitor list here. So you can actually list your competitors. You would actually just provide the company name, the website, Trustpilot link, and the LinkedIn profile itself. And then actually scrape the data, and you would actually return the company review. So overall, the review, like what's the company review looks like, the company LinkedIn information, the amount of followers, the about us, the company industry, company size, the location, and the company founded date. So this is actually a very, very useful information. If you had to actually review this whole information and actually check your competitors at one point, this is actually something that will actually take you a lot of time. But here we are actually leveraging AI to actually return the Trustpilot score, going to the LinkedIn, and then we actually compile a full report. I'm going to go now step by step on each node. And then, as I said, bonus tips, I'm going to show you the version, which is a little different for the Call4AI if you wanted to give this a go. Again, I'm covering Call4AI on another video. Somewhere I'll list it on the screen. If you are looking to master AI automation or build your AI micro SaaS, join my private Skool community for weekly live build, expert advice, and step-by-step guidance. From ID validation to launch, I'll help you to succeed. The link will be down below. All right, we're gonna go now step by step, and I'm gonna go to each node. I'm gonna execute the node one by one. So we can actually then see from there how this system looks like over there. Let me actually move it from there so I can see you have actually everything on the field of view. So first we start with actually a Google Sheet where we store the information. If you've never seen this before, if you actually never know in NA8, I discovered this recently. By clicking this button over there, this will link back to your Google spreadsheet, which if you didn't know. So what I'm doing, I'm actually just getting the row from the competitor list, competitor listed, and actually competitor list. So I have a tab called competitor list inside this Google Sheet. I'm going to run this over there. This is going to return, actually, as you see, this is going to return the one items I have. So I have the company name called Mama Hertz. And so basically we're going to go through. I have a switch here. The switch is not actually being used. Basically, there's going to be a version 2 of this workflow where I'm going to actually add more scraping. So for instance, we could actually literally scrape Amazon if we wanted to get actually an overall product feedback from the company itself. So hence why the switch is there in advance. I'm just gonna run it over there. And then what I have actually a Firecrawler over here. Pretty simple information. I'm passing the URL over there, which is coming from the trustpilot.com/review/ the website of the company itself. So if I'm running this, what Firecrawler now is doing, or what Firecrawler allow you to do, is basically return a website into a markdown format version, which is actually LLM ready, we called. This is very, very important, very nice if you wanted to actually ingest this into your vector database, for instance. That's actually something that's very, very helpful. And in this case, what we're doing is that, as you see, I'm returning a markdown format. So all this, instead of actually having the giant HTML version, I literally have a markdown format that will actually be allowed to be passed right away to an LLM if I wanted to, without burning too much token for no reason. What I'm doing here, I'm actually then sorting this into metadata OG titles. Basically, it's returned just an OG titles metadata over here, just for the code nodes, basically. That's an important step, but the code node will actually now, if I'm testing this now, and I'm going to go through the code node Skool over there. And as I said, it's actually pretty heavy on the regex expression, but basically what I'm doing, I'm actually looping through each of the items, each of the review on Trustpilot, and then I'm actually extracting the information. I'm extracting each of them. So if you see here, I have a review, I have an array. This is an array over there. And I'm returning actually a nested Johnson in it, where I can access the rating for each of the comment left over on the Trustpilot that's been actually returned from Firecrawler. And so if you see here, I have actually some pretty heavy regex expression which I'm actually discussing within the Skool. Over there for this blueprint page, I have actually the concept of the basic regex explaining what does what, and I'm trying to break it down for you to understand how you can actually leverage this regex expression to your flow, basically. But the code node is very important here. It's actually allowing me to return the entire review with the rating, the date of the review, the titles, and the link, all along with the content. And so then I can pass this into my LLM over there, which I'm using Claude. In this case, Claude return me and give me actually the best output so far over there. You could potentially change this if you wanted to. You could actually split this into multiple flow, for example. You can actually have, instead of using a simple basic LLM agent chain, you can actually literally go for the sentiment analyst if you wanted to. That's something that you can potentially do if you wanted to improve this workflow over there. That's actually something modular at one point. But here, I'm very happy with what actually been returned. The customer review summary overall company feedback is overall negative based on the review. The customer had a very poor experience. So overall, this analyzed the entire information. And here's the prompt. I didn't actually show you the prompt, but over there, this is actually the review, the expected output format, which I'm asking to return. And so then I can pass this into the next step, which is in this case, an Apify. So right now, I'm actually using an Apify actor. I'm going to show you as well. If I go to Apify, go to console, I'm using actually this Apify actor, the LinkedIn company profile script. So basically, this will return me information about the company itself. Here is it mentioned Twitter description. This is not a Twitter description. This is actually a LinkedIn description. I have actually company about us. I have actually the amount of followers on LinkedIn, the industry, the size, the headquarter, location, and then all I'm doing is I'm actually putting this into, I'm returning this, I'm actually getting the array into a split version. So I can literally then, using the selected other field, and the field to include, I'm telling that I want to include company Twitter description, company followers on LinkedIn, and this will then actually return a JSON properly formatted for me to easily map. If you look into how easy it is to map, I can literally map this company name. I can actually do company website, company review, LinkedIn extract, the followers on LinkedIn, etc. A very, very comprehensive. This allows you to return a very comprehensive output that you can actually map easily on your Google Sheet. But as you see here, this automation is actually very, very powerful. If you think about it, you can now actually run your entire competitor analyst analysis over there very, very easily from a click of a button, literally. And actually within under a minute, you can actually then have company review and understanding on how your competitor is actually performing. I'm going to go through the crawl for AI, which is actually the same. So again, I'm having a video on explaining how to host a crawl for AI somewhere on the screen. It might basically open source LLM friendly web crawler and scraper. This actually allow you to return the website into a markdown or text format to be able to be ingested by the LLM fairly easily. So all you have to do here is that you just have to pass the same as Firecrawler, but instead of URL, it's URL with a S, even though it's actually just one URL. It's actually, that's actually how they made it, URL with a S over there. I'm making a wait of 5 seconds over there, and then I'm returning the task ID. So basically, this will actually, if I'm running this one more time, I'm going to actually take this over there. If I'm running this, the same here, I'm going to run this. I got actually a return of a task ID. Okay, I'm going to wait. I'm going to run the wait. So basically, the system now has to go open a browser and then actually scrape this. By the way, Crawl for AI self-hosted version is actually very resource intensive at one point. So do not actually try to scrape 1,000 sites at the same time. You will potentially burn out your VPS at one point. So something to keep in mind. I'm then actually running the HTTP request, which actually return. Again, here, I'm returning a little more than just Firecrawler. I'm having the URL, the HTML version. I'm having actually already extracted all the rating, the scoring over there, which is actually nice. And also, if I scroll down, I have actually a markdown version, which is actually here somewhere. I have the markdown version over there. So that's actually what we're going to use for the continuation on this flow. So again, same, I'm extracting the markdown over there. So this returned me the OG titles. And now the code note is a little different over there. It's I'm just gonna run. I'm gonna actually give me the same. It's just the format was a little different from the Crawl for AI compared to the Firecrawler. I'm gonna run the basic LLM agent now, which would actually allow me to analyze this. Again, same output. Obviously, I'm using Claude Sonnet 3.5 in this, but same output, same prompt over there. I'm then passing this to an Apify one more time. Again, same. The rest of the flow is the same basically. So the only difference was the three nodes at the beginning, which was the HTTP request, the wait, and the HTTP request one. So basically, we are running the task, waiting for the task to finish, and then returning the result of the task ID over there. I'm now waiting for the LinkedIn to be finished. Scraping over there, you can see I literally have the information about the company being scraped. And that's actually how you can actually use either Firecrawler, cloud service, or Crawl for AI if you wanted to actually self-host this version on your VPS, on your server. And there you have it, an AI competitor analyst that will actually return the information over to you in under 30 seconds with no fatigue, no actually time off, nothing to do, by just a click of a button, you can then actually literally return all the information you wanted from Trustpilot, LinkedIn, and you can also expand this, obviously, workflow. So I hope this video was helpful. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next week.